Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. Jane is off tonight. The documentary Curing Spokane has sparked conversations all around here about how to solve criminal activity in Spokane.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley sat down with the creator today of that video and asked the top 5 questions about it.
Creator of Curing Spokane, Larry Stone, has lived in Spokane his entire life. He says crime in downtown Spokane is getting worse, and that's what inspired him to produce the documentary.
We should step up and acknowledge it and work towards solutions.
We asked Stone 5 questions about Curing Spokane. First, we asked for his response to critics who say building a larger jail outside of town does not address the underlying reasons behind Spokane's crime. We did not get a clear answer to this, but Stone reiterated how the video compares Spokane to Boise.
Boise's crime is a fraction of Spokane's, and their jail is outside of the downtown core.
The documentary claims the SDA Plaza is a crime center for downtown. So we asked how moving it underground solves that problem.
When I go to other cities and see underground terminals like Denver, like Seattle, like Boise, they don't have plazas.
We also asked Stone how free parking downtown will solve crime in the area.
The more people that are downtown, the harder it is for crime to prosper.
Many of the themes in Curing Spokane seem to echo Spokane mayoral candidate Nadine Woodward's campaign. Stone says he has not taken a position on candidates for Spokane mayor.
I think any candidate that wants to work on the crime problem, I would salute them for that.
Yet, according to the Public Disclosure Commission, Stone donated $970 to Ben Stuckert's campaign. There is no record of any donations to Woodward's. Both Woodward and Stuckert posted responses to Stone's video. Woodward supported Stone's message, saying he has gone to great lengths to document the serious problems facing our city. But Ben Stuckert tweeted a statement saying the documentary spent thousands of dollars with a camera embarrassing, inciting, and shaming our people to make a political point. We asked Stone's response to this.
They need to talk to single mothers living in low-income apartments and find out how bad the crime is. And I don't think they would say things like that.
Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Well, domestic assault charges against Mark Rippon have been dropped. He's the former NFL quarterback, Super Bowl MVP, and Washington State University player. Spokane police arrested him in late June on suspicion of domestic violence against his wife.
In a statement, he said, quote, "I want to be clear that I did not assault Danielle. We were having an argument and she put her hands on my face, blocking my view of the road while I was driving." He admits to shoving his wife, but says he did not mean any harm.
A Texas medical examiner ruled today that Los Angeles pitcher Tyler Skaggs died from an accidental overdose. They found powerful painkillers, fentanyl and oxycodone, as well as alcohol in his system. The pitcher was found dead in his hotel in July. Skaggs' family said in a statement they are heartbroken. They also said drugs and alcohol were completely out of character for him.
To some national news now. Hurricane Dorian is making its way to Florida right now. You are taking a look at what it looks like from inside the eye of the hurricane. Dorian is now a Category 3 hurricane. That means we are seeing wind speeds of up to 129 miles per hour. Experts are still expecting it to strengthen possibly into a Category 4 hurricane by Labor Day. Last year's Hurricane Florence that brought major destruction to the Carolinas was also a Category 4. Now taking a live look at Riviera Beach, Florida. That's north of Miami right now. Things look pretty calm at this hour, but conditions are expected to change as Dorian gets closer.
So people in Florida starting to stock up on all the essentials right now. Shoppers loading up on things like flashlights, batteries, and water.
I've already got all my plywood, my shutters, fuel, food, water, everything.
You get as much as you can get and call it a day. They allow us 3 here today.
So there were also, you can see, incredibly long lines at gas stations. Many people trying to stock up on fuel as much as they can. In the meantime, workers along the beaches are boarding up right now. Dorian is expected to bring life-threatening storm surge and flooding to the region. This storm could be actually the strongest to hit Florida's east coast in almost 3 decades. So meteorologist Thomas Patrick has been tracking the storm for the last several days. And Thomas, where is the storm exactly right now? What do we know about its path?
Yeah, right now still moving through the open waters of the Atlantic, but we just got an update minutes ago from the National Hurricane Center. Now a high-end Category 3 with winds of 125 miles per hour. But what stands out is actually this number, the pressure, the actual core strength of this storm got a lot stronger, meaning that it's heading into some more favorable conditions and will likely become a Category 4 storm, if not in a couple hours, at least by tomorrow at the earliest. So it is a major hurricane, which is a Category 3 or higher, and the latest forecast track has it hugging Florida's east coast, which would actually do more damage than if it just slammed through the coast and then kept moving forward like Hurricane Andrew did in 1992. So we are expecting life-threatening storm surge for several coastal cities. This is what I'm talking about. As it moves towards Florida, it takes this right turn to the north, right along the east coast of Florida. So that means everywhere from like West Palm Beach all the way through Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, and even areas in Georgia, expecting that storm surge and hurricane force winds just after Labor Day. It is a slowing down storm as well. Right now, there are hurricane warnings for some of the northern Bahama Islands, but that will likely be extended into Florida's east coast either by tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Mark?
All right, keeping our fingers crossed for the best
Yeah.
out there, Thomas. Thank you. Well, it is that time of year again. We are kicking off Tom's Tailgate tonight.
Yeah, so Tom is in Post Falls right now for the game against Sandpoint, and it looks like it has turned into just a beautiful night for football. Tom?
Wow! Look at this! Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this was a good one to start off the first game of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at Post Falls High School. Is this the home of the mighty Trojans?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. The mighty, mighty, mighty Trojans. Folks, here's the interesting thing. You guys, you're not even in school yet, right? When do you go to school? So that's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
So you'll be in school on Tuesday. So, but you're all geared up for the big game tonight. I think, is that kind of neat to come before you actually go to class?
Yes.
And get to see all your friends and stuff that you've kind of missed over the summer?
For sure.
Okay. You ready for a great 3-day weekend weather-wise? Look at the gang up there. I like it. Those are the ones we're keeping an eye on. I'm liking this group. Okay, let's talk about weather. You guys ready for a great 3-day weekend? Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Boy, I tell you, it is absolutely beautiful right now. That's a look at the current temperature, and as you can see, we've got a warm one. The sun is shining out here in Post Falls and Spokane. Take a look at the satellite and radar picture, and again, you're seeing, once again, there's some showers that were taking place up in the northern part of the state, but boy, we look pretty good everywhere else as we're finally getting the cloud cover to move out and get ready for a fabulous weekend. So, day planner forecast is going like this. We're talking about seeing temperatures at 87 on Saturday, 85 on Sunday, 83 on Labor Day. Oh yeah. Like to take credit for it, but I can't. Okay, folks, welcome back. Come back here right now. I want to show you this. It's time now. We practiced this. It's time now for a segment we call My Town.
Talking about my town, my town.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's Post Falls. We're going to talk about my town right here. I've got a couple of folks who are going to talk to me. What do you like best about living in Post Falls?
The kids are pretty nice for the most part, and they're pretty funny. So.
They're pretty funny. Yeah. They're pretty funny. We know that. What are some of the favorite food places you guys like to go to?
Denny's and anywhere like Taco Bell, McDonald's.
Absolutely, especially after a game, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you guys do over the summer here in Post Falls?
Honestly, not much.
Just rest and relaxation. Anybody else? Anybody else go boating on the river or anything like that?
I worked.
Okay, we always pass that beautiful park, and I used to call it Quemlin, like Quemlin, I think is right. Yeah. How is it really pronounced?
Chameleon.
Chameleon, you guys. All right, we're going to have a look at your 10-day forecast. We'll have more from Post Falls High School. That's all coming up in a few minutes. In the meantime, back to you.
All right. Looks like a good turnout out there, right?
It looks great, and I'm so glad that the rain cleared out. Always a good time.
Yeah, for sure. We'll check back in with Tom later in the show. Well, in other news, it was a welcome home for a hero. Today, hundreds of people lined Highway 95 in Kootenai County to show their support for a wounded combat veteran.
So that vet has family that live in Hayden, and as KREM 2's Taylor Vito explains, that family felt much bigger today.
On what at first appeared to be a normal Friday along Highway 95, the traffic was there. And then the rain was there. But also there, patience. Patience from total strangers and patriots who wanted to be there.
And we've been waiting on it all week.
We're a part of the community. That's what you do.
The rain didn't let up, and neither did their spirits. And finally, they heard it. A sign that their hero had arrived.
Makes me all emotional.
Surrounded by law enforcement, he drove by in a moment, offering a wave of thanks. A thank you overwhelmed, however, by the gratitude all around him.
That it's the absolute least we could do is show up and say thank you.
Inside that car was Army Sergeant First Class Brian Sharp, a war hero. It was just earlier this year when Sharp and fellow Green Berets were on a mission in Afghanistan when they were attacked. Two of his brothers in arms were killed in battle. Sharp himself was shot several times, nearly dying in the field. What followed was weeks and weeks of recovery. Just as he regained the ability to walk, his 1-year-old baby girl Audrey also started to walk. And finally, he was ready to come home. And North Idaho was ready too.
I witnessed a soldier coming home. Very emotional. Had to keep back the tears. Still do.
It just makes my heart swell with pride that we have people willing to sacrifice like this for our freedom.
Sharp himself is actually from Montana, but his wife was born and raised in Coeur d'Alene. On Friday, it didn't matter what was listed on paper as Sharp's hometown. He had arrived in North Idaho. Word of his trip to see his wife's family spread online, prompting what was surely hundreds of people to line Highway 95 to show their support, and a first responder escort to boot. Life coming to a standstill for just a moment for everyone to say thank you.
It doesn't matter who you know, but we all get together when it matters, and that's why we came here.
He did this for all of us, no matter where he's from.
In North Idaho, Taylor Vito, KREM 2 News.
Wow.
Impressive showing of people out there today, right?
Yes.
Very
that was
cool
fantastic.
stuff.
Thanks for his service.